I've been through, since 2000, I guess, 9 budgets, 9 public meetings, 9 people asking me the very same question. And when the price of gas goes up from $1 to $1.10, we don't send out fewer police cars. When the price of diesel goes up, say from $1 to $1.10, we don't send out less buses because people demand that those police be there. People demand that those buses run. So how do you pay for that? And it's not as if we don't look for efficiencies. It's not as if we don't look for efficiencies. But when we budget for it, budget for that increase, then it has to come from someplace. And it comes back to what level of service do citizens want? Because if you want this level of service, that's what you pay for. If you want less service, believe you me, that's what you'll pay for. And that's where the debate is. Somehow we've gotten off the topic. Can zero mean zero? Because what we're talking about really is service levels. And if you want fewer buses, if you want less road plowing, there was a time when we had snowpacked surfaces on our major roads. There was a time. Do we do that anymore? Citizens expect bare pavement on Carling Avenue. That costs money. That costs money to plow. That costs money for salt. If you want to give that up, then we're happy to reduce your taxes. But you know what? At the budget meetings, there are fewer people that say, we want less snow plowing. There are fewer people that say, we want fewer buses. There are fewer people that say, close 30% of your libraries. My friend over here says, cut librarians by 30%. Well then, that means but election after election after election,
you don't listen.
Why doesn't it happen?
You don't listen. You don't listen.
Thank you, Alex. O'Day or Bill? Do you remember how long it took city councilors to pass the last budget? And how long it took them to read it? About a day, I think, if I remember correctly. Going back to his question, I don't know if he's still here. I mean, this guy has a budget. He's not guaranteed his increase every year like the city employees. He has to balance his budget. But you know, he has to start at the budget. But the city councilors last year didn't even open the budget book and signed it. Well, it's true. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's true. And if you want to, sorry. If you want to go to the next budget, which is coming up now, and that's part of the rhetoric that Cullen is talking about now, the service, the service, the service, the service, and before you know it, you're going to hear the municipal index is coming out, and it's going on. The increases are going everywhere in other cities in Ontario and the rest of Canada, and Ottawa has to go the same way. It's all fear. What we need, and believe me, we're going to get them, when we have thousands and thousands of people like yourselves attending our meetings, speaking up or joining with us, we're going to finally get the message home to the councillors of the City of Ottawa.
Especially at election.
Thank you. To the podium?
Yeah, Anthony Silvestro. Alex, you've had your head in the public trough for an awful long time. I'll give you credit. You are the king of spin. I've counted the amount of lies tonight, and I'll quote you on a couple of them.
Well, yeah. Let's get a question.
I'm going to get to my question. I've got a minute and then a question, and that's what I'm going to do.
Excuse me, I just don't want it to be a character assassination.
It's not a character assassination, it's a fact. You said at the start, we can't control spending for policing, fire, paramedics, on and on. They go to council to receive the budget. They bring budget to council. Council must be able to approve spending for policing and firing. Secondly, your spin on the bus service, the new $17 million nonsense they're spending on the buses. The initial quote was $7 million. I went and looked that up today. Now it's up to $17 million. They've got a system on right now that they're not using. It can be fixed. I've seen it myself, but they're not using it. The City of Ottawa has already been fined for that, but That's nonsense, first of all. For decades, they didn't have one, and they don't need this. So your spin on that was a complete outright lie. Now, my question, Alex, you've lied about all these things that have to be cut. You've mentioned essential services, okay? You didn't mention non-essential services, waste, government buildings that could be sold off, on and on. My question is, for you, define essential services for me, please. You have never once, in the years I've been following you, not once defined essential services.
So folks, if we're going to have a respectful debate,
Answer
we
the
don't have to
question.
compromise.
Answer the question.
Okay, so Tony,
You did.
the police services budget, by law, and you can look it up. By law, council can only accept or reject, cannot amend.
And you don't reject.
And on top of that, Tony, because I don't take kindly to being called a liar,
You did.
on top of that, Tony, you should know that if we reject it, it goes to a panel of former police chiefs appointed by the province, and they arbitrate. What municipality goes and plays a sucker game like that? We don't. On the 17 million, I don't think you heard me the first time, so be patient, keep it down, and listen. 7 million for calling up bus stops. Add on 7 million for smart card. Add on another 3 million so that you can see what's exactly happening in the bus as it travels. Does the right bearing need oil? Are you low on refrigeration? What is?
That's why they
On
pay
top of that,
mechanics.
add another
Don't they have mechanics?
small portion to ensure that when something happens at Bank and Slater, you can make that announcement right away, how you're going to get around that. So that doesn't come for free. And it's in use in Chicago, Washington, and New York.
Who asked for
So,
it?
now, the last element, what is essential service? There is a law that defines that certain employees provide essential service, and we must go to binding arbitration. They are police, fire, paramedics. That's the only ones by law. No one's talking about garbage. No one's talking about bus drivers. No one's talking about snow plowing. But when they think they're important, it turns out the services we deliver, and you can certainly talk about them. Some people have different ideas, whether we should be catching dogs or not, fine. But the point of the matter is, we deliver service that the community wants, and every election, they elect people to provide that service.
So somebody wanted.
I dare ask the question. I assume all of you voted, and the result is a democratic result.
Thanks, Alex.
Council Cullen is really good, you know, I must say. According to the Frontier Institute, core activities are environmental services, planning and development, public works, public safety, transit, transportation, solid waste proposal. Non-core activities are building services, civic operations, grants, health services, recreation, culture, and other social and family services, social housing, and general government. This Frontier Institute also said in 2007, 45% of all expenditures by the City of Ottawa were on non-core activities. This is about $1.1 billion. A simple 10% reduction. We're not even talking about elimination. Just a 10% reduction will yield $100 million. Will our councillors beside us support a reduction of 10% in non-core services?
Okay, now, thank you. We go to Alex's favorite citizen. Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Well, seeing I forced Rick to say his name, I must say mine. I'm Shirley Mosley, I'm from Bray Ward, and I'm also from Bayshore. I have a question for the councillors. With a staff of approximately, I don't know, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000, 16,000, 17, and maybe even, according to Rick Shirelli, 18,000 employees. With all the senior management, I would like to know, and a round figure, how much money goes to outside consultants with this staff of 12,000, 13, 14, 15 senior managers? How much to outside legal counsel? How many legal legal counsel we have on the city payroll? And also, do we have any outstanding loans to the city of Ottawa unpaid? I guess that's it.
Thank you, Shirley.